boy at the gym, Big Boss, K-Pope, Talk Boxing. Before I get my solidical. No choke ties don't last. Good people do it on themselves. Caught him in a foul line, maybe it matter. Peak game, made the foes on West Swing. We cluster, you know what we're talking about. Eddie Hearn went on his soapbox, and I might agree with him. He started talking about how Brian Norman Jr. basically, he take the money and fight Boots next in the unification in Boots' hometown. Now, I partially agree with Eddie Hearn. I do think that Brian Norman Jr. and Jaron BOOTS ENNIS need to fight next. But I think that particular fight, there's a lot of money in that fight. So, you know, Eddie Hearn mentioned that Brian Norman made, $150,000 in his last fight that he fought on March 29th, and then he revealed his purse before that against Quavers, and he's just basically like, look, you're not making that much money. So, take whatever money we offer you and basically fight Boots. Now, like I said before, I think that's a very lucrative fight. I feel like that fight would sell because of the animosity between the two, right? So I think that they should offer Brian Norman a little bit more money, just a little bit more money. I'm not sitting here saying that Brian Norman need $3 million. It's not what I'm saying. But just offer him, close to $1 million. Like $950,000 or something like that. And then make it pay-per-view and then offer him some of the back end money on the pay-per-view sales. I feel like that'd be fine. I do feel like Brian Norman is kind of pricing himself out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I feel like that, y'all gotta do whatever y'all gotta do to get this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? So if Boots gotta give up some of his purse, to make this fight happen, then that's what it's gotta be. Now, it could be a mistake on Boots' part. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't like using the devil, but I'm just being critical. Errol Spence did that with Terrence Crawford, and you saw what happened with that, right? Errol Spence came out on a losing end physically and financially, right? So I think that, Boots being the A side, you could say that, hey, you don't give him no leverage. Don't give him nothing. You know what I'm saying? Canelo won't do it. Floyd didn't do it, so why would you do it? And, I partially agree with that viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? But we need these fights to get made. There's too much politics in the sport of boxing. And, there's too much talking amongst, camps. And, it's just time to fight, man. Boots Ennis, he need names. He need those legacy-defining fights. And I feel like Brian Norman, is he a big name? No. But the trash talk between the two, between his dad and Bozy, you know what I mean? And just between Norman Jr. and Boots, I feel like, man, this fight could get made. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it'd be a big fight. You know what I mean? I think it'll sell. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, Boots is an exciting fighter. He has an exciting style. He's entertaining. Brian Norman got power. He knocking people out. I feel like it's a good clash on styles. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a fight that can prepare Boots for that upper echelon of fights. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Brian Norman is an all-star fighter, but he's a pretty good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He got power, and power disrupts a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? This could make Boots be sharp defensively. You know what I'm saying? All that playing around and stuff, I don't think he's doing that against Brian Norman Jr. I'm not going to lie to you. I could be wrong, but I don't see him doing that. So, like I said, I partially agree with Eddie Hearn. I'm going to post the article in the description. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.